This mitre gauge, believe it or not, is not supplied with a fence. So WTF are you supposed to do with it? Crazy. And you see those little black discs on both of them. They expand and contract, so they make the join in the slot nice and tight. Both of them sit under the fence though. This one, the cheaper of the two, comes with a fence and also quite handy little gadget there to do some box joints with. So I reached out to Banggood and asked them to send me a fence, which was good. It was even better to find... Okay, they must have seen my table saw. This is obviously a problem just for the saw I have. It's just a pretty much straightforward 19mm slot. So those kind of stabilizer discs, I don't know really what you call them, they're not going to go in there, eh? I can tell you though that these will not fit that Bosch GTS XC10 saw. As you can see, it does fit my bandsaw, but my bandsaw is a hell of a lot newer than the Watkins saw. This is a bit of a deal breaker for me. I mean, I don't live my life 5 degrees at a time. Why would you do this? Nonetheless, the indents on both these mitre gauges are bang on, spot on. I've got no complaints with them. I've got to say though, I do prefer the knob on this one. It's nice and weighty. You know, it's the kind of one you'd want in your manual car. Kind of thing. That's aluminium and it weighs cool. I just wish it would fit the other mitre gauge and I'd just swap them, but the thread is too short. This little feature I'm also not enamoured with either. I mean, it's really stiff. I'll crank that damn thing down and it's not easy to loosen up. You can't get a spanner in the back of that. Again, this fence is it's a problem. You've got to get rid of that feature, which is what this fence is all about. I have to be quite honest with you, you'll find out later in the video why I think this fence is a waste of time. If you're happy with 5 degree increments and also those increments you're going to be using more so for site work, then this mitre gauge is perfect for you. And to be honest with you, it is definitely the better looking one of the two. And what a cracking great big knob. It's brass. I tell you what though, the old saying is, it's brass monkeys in the workshops. I wonder what that'd be like in the winter. I can't imagine the aluminium would be any better though. Nonetheless, you can swap those plastic pieces around so you've got more support nearer the blade. I'll be quite honest with you, I think this fence jig is a bit of a fad, and I'll show you more of what I mean on that later. Dialing in the fence on this one is pretty simple. Make sure you loosen off those screws to the left of that grub screw I showed you, and then mess around with those until you get it all dialed in perfectly. Rest assured, it cuts perfect. It will be accurate. As mitre gauges go, this is blingy as really. It's over the top. That sort of magnifying glass bit in the middle, I mean, it reminds me of a Rolex. I don't know why, but God knows why they put the little brass knob down the bottom and then an aluminium knob up top. I would have preferred a brass aluminium like the previous mitre gauge, but those indents are 1 degree increments, perfect, and they register pretty well. And you just click it, you can see it just hits in, but when you let go of that brass knob, it all pulls in nice and tight. Everything's sweet as. I've got no complaints with this mitre gauge apart from the handle. Should be brass. Come on. But as you can see, there's plenty of adjustment there. You're not going to have any problems dialing it in. I didn't. It's just a bore dialing it in. You don't want to have to keep doing that. It's really well built though. I was really quite impressed considering what stuff has come out of China, you know, in previous years. I'd be more than happy if I hadn't been sent this or gifted this. I would part with my money and buy this. I shit you not. But why they don't send it, you know, with a fence, I don't get it. Maybe it's something to do with shipping fees or import fees to keep them lower. I don't know. I did wonder if a mitre gauge would replace my compound mitre saw. I've got to say, I was fucking ecstatic at these mitre gauges. They both cut exceptionally well. Will it be replacing my mitre saw? No fucking way. Black biter. Am I alone here? When you pick up those tins and you've got a stack of them, do you think, oh, that's black? Just wondering. I can hear you saying it, but, what about that finger joint jig fence thingy, Bob? That black plastic needs to be where it's situated. So think of it like this. You make a cut, that piece of wood is supported. Well, you make that cut. The next time you want to do a different cut with the height, the blade higher, that's not going to support the wood. So that plastic is toast, man. So you're better off, planing down a piece of wood and replacing with a sacrificial piece of wood than using that plastic. Because I can tell you now, that plastic isn't cheap. As you can see, tear out worse than a ripped out fireplace. 6mm curved blade there. 6mm of those pins are apart. Look at that. Looser than I won't say that. I'm sure all that can be remedied, but I think I know why this was happening. I'll get into that now. But see this straight away. Look how close my thumb is to that blade. This sort of throat plate is quite far away from me, about 250mm as well, so I can't see anything that's going on here. And I'll tell you what, my butt cheeks were clenched. It was frightening. I don't condone anyone use this fence, to be quite honest with you. I'd sooner take this job to the bandsaw than do it like this. I know it's only a 70mm wide board there, I know, but look, with one hand it's tipping to the right. That's a recipe for kickback. Nah, fuck this. I wasn't happy at all doing this. It's like everything though, you pay peanuts, you get monkeys. If you fancy buying either one of these fences, please click the affiliate links below. You'll be helping me and my channel out more. I'm just telling you the truth. I wouldn't go for that fence for sure. Every table saw or any tool I've ever bought in my life has always come with a really shit mitre square. So I've never really bothered with them. So this is my first time actually having some decent mitre squares to play with. So I can safely say these are the dog's bollocks. The build quality is blown my mind, to be quite honest with you. Everywhere else I've looked, all other different mitre gauges that are out there to be purchased, they're all a hell of a lot more expensive than this, even in the UK. All worrying thing is, why are we paying only £5 for shipping from China when I pay more for shipping in this country? It's a joke. I do, however, wish I'd bothered with these sooner and bought a decent one. I'd sooner pick this up than, say, a cross-cut sled. Let's say you're using an 18mm base, you've lost 18mm of cut height. A mitre gauge, you don't have that problem. In your workshop, you have some tools you just think, I really fucking love that tool. and you kind of father it, you love it. You don't want to spoil it. I can't be honest with you. I am about this mitre gauge. If what you've seen interests you, there's affiliate links below.